What is good, everybody? Whose house? Rams house. Rams get the win 34-7. They blow out Tampa. It's going to be a quick episode of Mike and Ant. Once again, I'm riding solo. Mike can't be here, but it's just me today. But a huge win for the Rams. They get the win 34-7. They blow out the Buccaneers as the Rams now approved the 9-2. They are the number one seed in the NFC right now, currently. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they dropped to 6-5, but they have more important issues. Baker Mayfield left the game in the second half. I think he broke his collarbone, but he's gonna get an MRI tomorrow, so we'll know more then. But real quickly, stats wise, Teddy Bridgewater was 8 of 15 for 62 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Baker Mayfield, before he got hurt, was terrible. He completed 9 of 19 passes, 41 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions. Sean Tucker was their leading rusher with 12 carries, 42 yards, and Emeka Ibuka was their leading receiver with 3 catches, 32 yards. Meanwhile, for the Rams, Matt Stafford making his MVP case, completing 25 of 35 passes, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns. Most of that all came in the first half. The second half, they're just kind of on cruise control. Kyron Williams was the leading rusher, 12 carries of 46 yards. Puka Nakua was the leading receiver with 7 catches, 97 yards, even though Devonta Adams did have 2 touchdowns. So, like I said, this was just all Rams. They dominated this game from Jump Street. Tampa Bay just could never get anything going. Great defensive performance by the Rams defense, and also to the O line held up. As they said, Matthew Stafford was only pressured 18% of the time, so they did a great job of protecting them during this game and keeping them clean. And yeah, huge win for the Rams. And I mean, right now the Rams are the number one seed in the NFC, and if the season were to end today, the road to the Super Bowl comes through SoFi. So we'll see how this thing plays out. We're getting into the nitty gritty of the playoffs. Playoff seedings is becoming more and more important. There's like they say in the NFL, the season does not start until Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving is just right around the corner, so the season's about to start this Thursday. And some huge games, huge divisional games. You got Green Bay and Detroit. That's going to be a huge game, not only deciding the NFC North, but also playoff seeding. And then you have Cincinnati versus Baltimore. That's going to be a huge game deciding what goes on in the AFC North. And then the Chiefs and the Cowboys. That's an important game because both teams are fighting just to make a wild card. And whoever loses that game will probably miss the playoffs. So that is a huge game that could affect both conferences, as both the Cowboys and the Chiefs, their season right now is on life support. But the Cowboys earlier today got a huge win over the Eagles. The Chiefs got a huge win over the Colts. Um, Later on this week, either tomorrow or Tuesday, Mike and I will break down all of week 12. But I just wanted to get a quick recap of tonight's game. Huge win for the Rams. They win it 34-7. They're 9-2. They stay atop the AFC. Excuse me, they stay atop the NFC West, and then with Philly losing, the Rams now jump up to the number one seed. Philadelphia drops down to number two. And speaking of Philly, they got a huge game too this Friday with the Chicago Bears, and that game can easily determine seeding as well in the NFC. Even though the Bears have their hands full in the NFC North, as they have the Lions and the Packers nipping at their heels. And as for the Rams, they still stay atop the division. They're one game up on Seattle, so they can't get too comfortable. And the Niners, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But the Niners are only a game and a half out for the division, as the Niners have yet to have a bye week yet. So we'll see how this thing plays out. But a huge win. And also for the NFC South, this also opens the door for the Carolina Panthers, which makes even tomorrow's game between the Panthers and the Niners even that much more important. So I'll just, like I said, I just want to do a quick video, get break down the game. You can follow us at Mob Squad 508. That's for Mike. and for myself, it's at Expectant Ant. Our Twitter/X handles is at the bottom. Also, to scan the QR code. And when you do, type in the code Mob Squad 508 and you get 10% off on all Doobie Energy. That is it for tonight. We'll be back, like I said, either tomorrow or Tuesday. Stay tuned for that. But a huge win for the Rams. I'm happy. I'm excited. I don't even know if I want to sleep tonight, even though I do need to take my ass to bed 'cause I got work in the morning. But in the meantime, peace and salute. I'm out.